Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, all of those excited for some Sunday night discussions. Welcome in. Hope you're super well. I have the headphones on for no apparent reason, seeing how we're not talking to anyone. Secondly, it is completely gone to my head now. Tigger Jeff, completely making you wait. Like that's my plan. Do you want the honest answer? Because this is the epitome of being a dad, a Disney dad, whatever you want to call it. So the reason I'm late is because I did not switch out the laundry 10 minutes ago like I should have. But I needed to. So I had to unload the dryer, take whatever was in the washer, put it in the dryer, make sure that starts, and then load the dishwasher. Now, ask why this needs to be done. Well, here's why. We didn't do laundry today because we were running around. We were doing things. We were out having date day as it usually is on a Sunday afternoon. Got some wings to go. Little 65-cent wings action from a local joint. So we did that. Now, the second half of this is that no one is worried about what happens between now and tomorrow because everyone else in the household is off for President's Day. It's what happens when you're married to a teacher and you have a couple kids. So they all get to continue to sleep in tomorrow. I, on the other hand, do not. I have to make sure that all my work clothes are good to go. Make sure my khakis are washed, and I have enough workout stuff to go to the gym tomorrow. So they still call it President's Day in Pennsylvania. I think it is. Isn't it President's Day tomorrow? I think it is. Yeah. Sure do. Sure freaking do. Yeah. Trying to pull something up real quick because I'm kind of... It's been a hot minute, kids. Haven't done this in a long time. And frankly, the goal is to do this more readily, more often, and get the whole podcast dealy going. Here's my question for the chat, then we'll say hello, but we'll ask it on the front end. So it's been an odd year weather-wise so far. This week alone, on Tuesday, on Monday, it was roughly 40 degrees. On Tuesday, overnight, we were allegedly supposed to get 6 to 9 inches of snow. Basically between the hours of midnight and noon on Tuesday. We got 2. That's it. It ended up moving a little further east. If you are in Eastern PA, you would know this. You got hit with the half a foot of snow, where we got 2 inches of snow, and it was all gone by literally Wednesday at noon. Friday, we were told that we were going to get a boatload of snow overnight, starting at midnight, running till about noon, maybe 7 p.m., 10 p.m. till noon the next day. And we got about 4 inches of snow from Friday into Saturday, and it was cold. But here's the issue. This fluctuation in temperature has caused absolute havoc on not necessarily my skin, but like my lips have been insanely over the top dry, right? And use chapstick, use whatever, right? Not over the top. I have a chapstick story. I don't know if I've ever told it online. Have I ever told the chapstick story? How chapstick leads to heroin use? Let me know in the chat. If I've told the story, I won't again. But if I haven't, it's actually relatively funny. But dude, I like what's an odd way to start? The only reason is because the entirety of this week I've had a a a split lip here, and I had one here 2 weeks prior. Don't know. I don't know if it's ever been visible, but like this one, oh dude, I'm telling you, it's not good. It's not good. So it's finally relatively healed. But it's got to be a weather thing because I haven't really done anything differently. Um I I not eating anything crazy differently. I'm still drinking a lot of water. I'm doing like what's right. It's just it's odd. So no, I've haven't heard the story. All right, so I haven't told. No, Tigger Jeff, it is not hairpiece. Um, yeah, Jill, no fun at all. No, so I haven't told this. So this is like I don't know, 3 professional lives ago. Used to go to a lot of trade shows and would run into this same dude repeatedly. Saw him all the time. I don't want to say all the time, but 4, 5 times a year. And one time we were standing there and we're just there's no one around. It's pretty dead. And I pulled on my chapstick and I used it. And he goes, "Ah, chapstick." I said, "Yeah." He goes, "I don't use chapstick." I said, "Why don't you use chapstick?" He goes, "Well, chapstick is the original gateway drug." Like, what are you talking about? He goes, "Yeah. Basically, it's it's a gateway to heroin." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And he's like, "All right, here you go. So hear me out." Um, this is his story, not mine. And I say that as one who is uh pretty open to the conspiracy theories, but this guy's crazy. He literally tells me this story about how chapstick, what it does is that it basically creates a habit of doing something to relieve pain. So all of a sudden you're using chapstick and that is helping your lips feel better. So from chapstick, you learn that if you use a product, you can feel better. Um, and so as you get older, you use other products to feel better, whether it's nicotine or alcohol or marijuana or yada yada yada, and then they eventually, um, you utilize those on a habitual basis, and then it eventually leads to heroin use. I'm like, how did you get this from chapstick? And he goes, I don't know, no clue, but it's the first thing that you use that is re- relatively easy to access, and it conditions you for everything later in life. And I'm like, huh, Tina McNeil, that's the correct answer. Huh. There is there's no connection. It's it's really weird. But yeah, that's always my chapstick story. 100%. 100%. So let's say what's up. Hopefully you're all having a fantastic Sunday, fantastic long weekend. If that's your thing and you're off tomorrow, for sure, welcome in. Tigger Jeff, Sean W. Hello. Nicole, happy taunts. Hope you are well. Debbie Bernfeld, hope you are well as well. Jay Sanudo. Jay, what's going on, man? Justin, my guy. Hope you're all joy. Hello. Mandy V, welcome in. Rolling down through. Jill W, hello. G. Wilson, hello. Welcome in. Happy Sunday. Tina McNeil, SPD, Sparkly Pink Diamonds. Hope you are well as well. Joey's World, our friends over there. It's Joey's World. Hope you're well as well. Gary Oldman Burger, my guy. Hope you're well. Bill Steffen, hello again. Hope you're well. Karen Cook, welcome in. Happy Sunday to you. Julie C. Still rolling down through here. Everyone's Martin Memphis, welcome in. Quarter Sports, Tommy, what's up, dude? Hope you're well. Disney Baker, happy Sunday to you. And I think we're getting there. Yada, yada, yada. Chris Dad Builds, my guy. The official fundraiser. Chris, what's the total? Let me know, man. I haven't checked. Someone drop the link if you're here. So Chris did his 12-hour stream for the American Heart Association / Stroke Association on Valentine's Day. Was at almost 7,500 when I stopped checking, which was Wednesday when we quit this and that at like 9:30. 9:45, whatever it is. But Chris, let us know what's going on. Welcome in, everybody. Appreciate you all. Excuse me. I'm clicking too many buttons here. $9,100. Dude. Absolutely crazy, dude. Nicole, thank you for dropping the link. If you haven't and you have a few bucks to spare, head on over. Like legit, look at this. We're, I don't know, $900-ish away from 10K. I'm an accountant, basically. Sanudo, check my math, but we're not far from 10K. I'm sure that this community can help reach that by the end of the week. So look at great cause. You can go over there and check everything out. Rock and roll. Chris, congratulations, brother. Such good work, man. 12 hours. That's a long day for sure. Joseph Cardillo, welcome in. I love it when the community comes together as well. I'm over here having a beverage. This is all green in the background. This is Psycho Sue. This is the 10th anniversary other half Freak Week edition. It's actually interesting. Super interesting. Nice little IPA. But it's done by Toppling Goliath, which is out of Iowa. Doesn't say. So Toppling Goliath usually does Pseudo Sue, King Sue, Psycho Sue. Other half, which is a brewery in New York City, Brooklyn, if you will. Toppling Goliath said, "Hey, go brew our recipe." So they did it. It's their Freaky Friday. They call it Freak Week. They did a bunch of these, but it was their Freaky Friday. We're doing it instead of them, and it is fantastic. So that's what we're having on a Sunday while 42 of you are hanging out. This is RN. What's going on? Welcome in. I think I missed you earlier. We hit 10K. Do we still get Carlos in his Speedo? If we hit 10K, can we make sure that that doesn't happen? That's where I'm going. It's my official plea that if 10K, it's Joey's World. That's not an incentive. No, no. Hopefully the incentive is that 10K, it does not happen with Carlos. Oh, Debbie Thunert, what's going on? Welcome in. Listen, wanted to say huge thank you to all of you for being here. I know it's been a little sporadic on Sundays, trying to lock it in, make it more often on Sundays. More to come on a lot of it, but there are several of you who have been stalwart patrons over on Patreon, where nothing has happened for a long time, and your support is appreciated more than you know. Kenneth, Nicole, Happy Hunt, Jeanette, Sebastian the Crab, Karen Cook, Jason Udo, Jill W, Mandy V, Amanda Vision, if you will, and Debbie Bernfeld. Appreciate all of you. If you're bored and you wanna support us on Patreon, it's down below. I keep saying that more is coming. And more is coming. I just need to do it. So it is down below if you want to check out the Patreon there. I think, and as I sit here, I think March will be the big one. It will be the start. Got to sure up a few things, but we're gonna rock and roll this on Sundays. We're going to hopefully start the Diz Rant podcast, which I don't know. And here's the question: look, you're all here. There's 42 of you. You're here listening to me talk in circles. Do we do it here? Do we just start the Diz Rant podcast here as opposed to a separate channel? I don't know. I don't know if it's a win. I don't know if it's the best way to do it. I really don't. I've been in a blender when it has come to content creation, right? I don't know. But I think we're all adults here and we can figure out the steps forward. So time has expired on that offer, says Mar. That's great. It should 100% have expired. Appreciate the thumbs up. Thanks, or the reminder to hit the thumbs up button if you haven't. It's there. That'd be awesome. Thank you. And there's the Patreon link. Thanks, Nicole. Appreciate it. Total win for everyone. I hope it is. It'll be fun. We understand the delayed, Dave. Need to get past your surgery and recovery at the holidays. I'll just pop this up here. So here we are, just now getting the majority of projects. Yeah, Jill, look, I appreciate it. Look, I'm honestly, and I don't think we've had a real conversation on this. I feel pretty darn good. I know I've said it on Dis and That, but like, I literally feel pretty darn good, right? Like, I feel pretty much 100% back. Amy, welcome in. I feel pretty much 100% back when it comes to working out. Back at the gym, pretty hard, pretty heavy. Excuse me. Otherwise, things are still good, right? Like I've had a 3-week stint here that has been pretty crap, to be honest. Had to go to Texas for work, was there for 5 days for some training, was home for a few, and then had to go back to Texas for that over the weekend. And then this past weekend has been catch up from getting home literally last Sunday at 2:30 in the morning and then watching the abysmal Super Bowl that was Taylor Bowl last week. No offense to Kelly and the rest of the Myers, but I think that the only people that were rooting for Kansas City to win that game by the end of it were Kelly and the rest of the Myers and Kansas City. I don't know if the rest of the country cared at all. And if they did, I think that they were San Francisco fans at that point. But I digress. Dude, it was such a weird Super Bowl. Did anyone else think that? Like, put it in the chat. Like, yes, weird. Like, it was an odd Super Bowl. It had a weird feeling around it. Like, just I didn't want to project it because it was such a long weekend for me because I was basically working Saturday until whatever and middle of the afternoon, almost dinner really, and then flying home and then getting back to Central PA. Like it was so weird. Like I almost didn't watch it. I literally was real close to it because like we got home Sunday, hung out, and then went to our normal Sunday lunch spot, the place that has 65-cent wings on Sundays, and we got that, brought it home after had a couple drinks and just hung out. I was absolutely excited. I think exhausted. I was sitting in the chair like this. It was bad. I was at the bar. I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna nap. We're good. But then we got home and like hung out for a bit, and then I turned the game on, and it was so boring and just so bad. I don't know, but I have to say, from a Super Bowl commercial standpoint, it was relatively entertaining. There were reasonably funny commercials, more than I had expectation. The Dunkin' Donuts commercial with Ben Affleck, Jennifer Lopez, Tom Brady, Matt Damon might have been one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Like, just so many quick, off the cuff jokes that if you weren't paying attention, you didn't get it, right? You didn't realize it was as funny as it was. But Duncan was so funny. The BetMGM commercial that anyone's allowed to play except for Tom Brady, who has won too much. Now I know that was like a nod at Tom, but I love the fact that he leaned into it. That was like, yeah, I get it, and it was hilarious. As someone who was not a Tom fan for a long time, and then he went to Tampa, and I was a Tom fan because he wasn't in New England anymore. Wasn't the same Tom Brady. But that BetMGM one was hilarious. The everyone could play but Tom, and then everyone came out and was completely talking smack about Tom Brady. Like, he's been removed from the league for a couple years. Not really on anyone's radar. There were 2 commercials that featured him. Like Touchdown Tommy, like Brady on the track, which was hilarious. In the Dunkin' commercial at the end there, where they did the little audio thing, and you have to go back and watch it. If you are a new rap fan, like a 2020s rap fan, Zombie, who does beats for a lot of people, and he always puts in at the beginning, it's a Zombie on the track with a specific type of auto-tune on it. And Brady hit a button and it was Brady on the track, and it like went to black a few seconds after that. It was one of the like, if funniest things I've heard in a long time. Really. Mike, what's going on, man? Welcome in. Amy, what's going on? Hope you're well. The Michael Cera lotion commercial was hilarious. Little awkward in some capacity, but it was super funny. Commercial was better than last year, and they brought back the Clydesdales. Clydesdales were awesome to see. The Vince Vaughn one was great. Yeah, the commercials were funny. They really were. Game itself was super weird. Nathan, hello. Murph, what's going on, dude? Welcome in. It was super weird. Just felt weird. The whole vibe was weird. Like, I don't know. Super weird. But SPD said it, and we got to talk about it. Great halftime show, though. This is probably the best halftime show I've seen in 4 years. 5, actually. I think 5, 4 or 5 years, whatever it is. So we had this one, which was great. Last year's Rihanna was probably the worst Super Bowl halftime show I've ever seen. The year before that, everyone was super pumped about the Eminem, Dre, Snoop halftime show, which was good, but they left so much on the table. That one was completely underdone. Then you had the Weeknd prior to that, which was, if you weren't a fan of his music, you could still appreciate the grandeur that show was. And then probably the best halftime show in a long time, which was J-Lo and Shakira before that. That's the last best one that I've had. But Usher, and this is the point, he sang the entire thing and he danced the entire time. It was fantastic. The fact that Lil Jon was there, the fact that Ludacris was there, which apparently Ludacris is coming out with a new album. I don't know. Whatever. But this show was probably the best halftime show I've seen since the Shakira J-Lo show. Was so. Weekend halftime show is horrible. Yeah, I thought even if you didn't like the music choices, even though if you didn't like some of the whatever, like I get it. Like I don't want to go back because they're the whole there were a lot of conspiracy-esque references in there, but the production value on it itself was fantastic. Wait, this one was better than the J-Lo show? I don't know. I thought J-Lo and Shakira was super good. Usher was headlining in Vegas at the time and took bits and pieces of a show and added it to it. That's awesome. Well, it makes sense. I mean, the part, and Wendy read my mind. The part that was so impressive to me was the videography surrounding the whole roller skate section, which, let me take a step back. Why do we need roller skates? People came out on roller skates, and I'm like, what is this? This is dumb. Why? Why is it roller skates? Why? Then they did an insanely good job with the videography around it, but he didn't need to be in roller skates. Didn't need to happen at all. It added nothing. The roller skates were cool. I don't think it needed to be that way, but the roller skates were cool. It's funny, Nicole. I didn't realize that a girl fell off the stage as well until I saw it on social media, like for the next 24 to 36 hours. It was pretty crazy. This is true. Give you that. Even Brandy was like, stripper poles, really? Like, okay, I get it. But hey, Vegas. All right. Yeah, it was completely unnecessary, except for the fact that they were singing about being in the club at some point. So I don't know. Maybe he was just going for the entire feel of the vocals and lyrics and songs and song vocals, whatever. It's kind of unnecessary. But other than that, other than like a handful of commercials in the halftime show, I was completely underwhelmed. It was not fun. It was not enjoyable. I sat here, literally right here, like this. I watched YouTube right here. Had the game on up there. That's it. Herschel Winnie, welcome in. Hey to you too. So that's that. What's happened in the Disney sphere recently? Anything going on? You know that's a real question because I haven't really been paying too terribly much attention. Got the rain. Love it. It's just raining in Central Florida, right? Like that's all is going on, right? Excuse me. Noah, what's going on, dude? Welcome in. Love the puppy bowl. Yeah, that's fair. What's this? 1900 Park Fair coming back. April 10th. Did we know that? With the Cinderella dining package again? New character lineup including Aladdin in his prince attire, Cinderella, Mirabelle, and Tiana in her Tiana Bayou Adventure outfit. Okay, so it's a marketing ploy for the Bayou Adventure. Topiary's going up. That's awesome. Yeah. Park Fair strawberry soup and bread pudding with vanilla bean sauce. No Mary Poppins. So yeah. So 1900 Park Fair was honestly one of the better breakfasts we've ever done. Food wise, no, that's a lie. We never did breakfast there. We did dinner there a couple times for the characters. The character dinner there was awesome, and the fact that it was just Cinderella themed, frankly, made it a little better because it sort of fits into the grand flow, right? You had Cindy, you had stepmother prince. It's Tremaine, right? Yeah, I think so. And then the two stepsisters. And the stepsisters always stole the show. And it was super good. And now we're not getting that. We're getting Aladdin, Cinderella, Mirabelle, and Tiana. Weird mashup. For sure. But let's shove our favorite characters into a place that we're going to charge us $70 for dinner. Yeah, Karen, the breakfast was Alice and the Mad Hatter. It was fantastic. It was a fantastic option if you wanted to do it for breakfast. We never did, but it was always one. But yeah, super hodgepodge. Why are we throwing it that way? No clue. It is what it is. It's a character meet and greet that they have expectations of a lot of people paying a lot of money for. That's just what it comes down to. No theming. Yeah, Mary Poppins was part of the breakfast. In this they're saying refreshed menu for breakfast and dinner buffets and then just those characters. So instead of it being the storybook kind of British-esque breakfast, and then the Cinderella dinner. Um, it's just odd, super odd. Herschel, if you're asking me, I'm feeling pretty good, just overall, feeling super good. So we got that. What else is going on? Oh, excuse me. I'm still tired. Brandy kept me out late last night. Oh, okay. We gonna do this? Disney Genie Plus at Walt Disney World has surged in price today as the busy President's Day weekend is upon us. Let's look for the screenshot. Let's go here. All four parks are just a few dollars short from their all-time highs for Christmas 2023. So that means we're still up there, but we're not. Okay. As long as we're not over $30 each. Dude. Oodalali Lane, welcome in. How? Sell out for multi-park option. That was on the 16th here. I'd check, but let's look. Let's look together. This is what this legit grinds my gears all the time. Holy shit. Anyone look today? Did anyone look at what it is per person for the multi-parks or Magic Kingdom? I'm going to give y'all a hot minute. Why are we talking about Henry Cavill? Dave, what do you think about Henry Cavill coming into the MCU as Captain Britain? I don't know anything about it, Jill W. We should probably look that up too. I like Henry Cavill, however you pronounce his last name. But we'll do that secondly here. I'm looking at it right now today, February 18th. February 18th, 2024. The multi-park. Is anyone going to throw guesses out? Because you got to guess. Otherwise, I'm just going to tell you. For a service that used to be included in your tickets, ladies and gentlemen. Don't listen, Jeff. Don't go look. $325. Okay, that's probably about right. Do we all know this already? Do we all know that it's $30 freaking dollars? $35 today. Multi-park pass for Genie Plus is $35 today. Magic Kingdom is $35. Epcot, which is useless, is $28. Hollywood Studios, which is even more useless, is $32. Actually, it's less useless. It's probably okay. $32. And Animal Kingdom isn't available because it's 7:44 and they're closed for the day. But I guarantee it was not. $35 per person. A family of four is paying $140 extra per day if you want Lightning Lane, if you want Genie Plus that used to be included in your tickets. Yes, because of midwinter break and President's Day weekend. Cool. still doesn't mean that it's solid. It was 29 yesterday. Great. And but SPD has nothing to do with your AP, because if you still want to get into Lightning Lane, you're still going to pay that $35 a day. It's utter BS. It is them saying that if you want to be able to maximize your time, and not even on every ride, just all of them, except for the ones that they're going to pay for, they're going to charge you for individually. I don't know how half of these people are looking at it going there and getting the park done in a day. I don't. Because if you look at Epcot, aren't you paying for Guardians? I think it's the only thing you're paying for there. Magic Kingdom is probably the only one that's relatively worth it if you know how to utilize it correctly at $35. But even at $35, I guess it's worth it if you're there for one day, but you're not going to get everything done. It's crazy. Hold, please. Yes, Dawson.
Whenever you're done with the stream, can you try to help me find the drum set for Rock Band? Or
Hey, does anyone have a drum set for Rock Band? Yeah, buddy, we'll look for one. I have a specific one in my head that if we're going to get one, we're going to get it. Wait, we're getting the 7-piece. Yes. Yeah. Dawson, you play percussion. No, buddy, if you're going to learn, you need to set it up right so you have the 4 pads and then the cymbals. Because then you're it's official.
I know, but I like it where it's just the one.
No. We're going to do it. We're going to do it right. Because you need to get the official 7-piece electric one to then play Rock Band.
Wait, if it's made
Wait.
for Xbox,
Why do I have to wait?
if it's made for Xbox One, then will it still work?
It's not going to be made for Xbox One.
I've been looking on Amazon, and all of them are for Xbox One.
You have an Xbox One.
No, but that's for...
You have a Series S.
Yeah.
We will figure it out. We have friends, buddy, who can help us figure it out that have that for their Xbox Series 1 or X. Okay? Okay. All right. So that was the Dawson interruption for the day. Dawson just played Rock Band for the first time yesterday with the drum kit, and now he wants one and thought that now was an appropriate time to ask the question. So what did I miss? It's ridiculous. Talking Genie Plus was on a different planet. Yada yada yada. Miss you too, Karen. Blah 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 blah. Park and mission with Park Hopper. Luckier kids are grown and can pay for themselves. For hubby and I might consider doing for Magic Kingdom. We're not as much into the rides as we used to be. That makes sense. I'm going down through this real quick, and then I got some points, right? So just add it to the ticket and bring back the old system. Murph, my man, same thing. It goes back to the original one and only Dave rant. Shep will handle it for Dawson, 100%. It's actually less than that. Dawson. Okay. Can we take a step back
Yeah.
and worry about this in a bit?
No.
I think we can, because you're not going to get it to play tonight. Okay. No, you're not going to get it to play tomorrow. You need to take a step back. We will figure it out. Dawson, we will figure it out. Thank you. Nicole, Dawson is excited. Dawson should be excited for his father-son trip coming up in the next couple months. And this is why I'm talking about all this stuff. Look, my biggest rant with Disney and the changes in the last 4 years, you've heard it. They've decided to regress to the mean. They've decided to look at the fact that every other amusement park has gone to an a la carte-esque system. They've looked at other industries that have gone to an a la carte-esque system and have said, this looks profitable. And I don't disagree. It is profitable in the short term. You have enough people, and honestly, I might be wrong. I'm probably wrong. It's probably profitable in perpetuity. And it sucks if you're a fan of what the parks are, more so if you're a fan of what the parks and Disney was before. It's frustrating to look at an experience that just 5 short years ago was expensive, always has been, but was worth it, was a value. And if you were more attentive than the average person who went to Disney, you could make it of value in some capacity when it came to entertainment. And it is frustrating that they have gone away from a marketing plan. And I've said this before. They've gone away from a marketing and sales plan of, if you pay and you come here, there's value. Instead, it's like everywhere else, where if you pay and you come here, we're going to charge you more so that you get value. The value's on the adders. The value's not on the product itself. Murph said it. Tickets are $134 to $144 a day, depending on how. If you're going for 4 days, it's not cheap. It's not cheap. It's $144. But you know what? If they made it $164, I'm still going to pay it. So is everyone else that's going. And you get to tell them in a world of no value, unless you pay for it. In a world of no value, the Lightning Lane's included. That you still get to utilize this service. That when you stay on property, you can get in an hour early, because we're not trying to minimize. We're not trying to minimize our cost for employees that day. That we're still going to say that if you are an annual pass holder and you decide to spend another $175, or what it would be now 5 years later, since the last time we've seen the Tables in Wonderland card, $250, that you will see a value after that. that you will get 20% off and free parking, which you still do. But the focus on guest experience is there. I don't agree with this statement. They still have concern for guest experience, but they don't have concern to go above and beyond like they used to. They want your experience to be 5 stars. In a world where everyone gives 5 stars for the dog dish that they bought off of Amazon. I call it the Amazon review effect. But it is so frustrating to see what it was to what it is. And this isn't the whole, like, if I were a DVC member, I'd be mad because they didn't give me park passes anymore. Okay. That was a perk trying to get people to buy in. But I would be mad if I was DVC and now you can't utilize it because you bought extra points off of the resale market because you had a contract and then you bought another contract off of that. Like, their inability to realize that they screwed up and that they should just let it go. It's pretty crazy, but they're trying to make their money. And that's what it comes down to. This is the statement. And I don't think it's the 1% Sanudo, but it's the top 20. It's the top 20. And of the 44 people here, we're not all in the top 20. There was, and I've commented on this ad nauseum over the years. And this is from, it was either a Touring Plans podcast or a Disney Dish podcast, both with Len Testa and Jim Hill. Either way, it was one or the other. And it was, they were attempting to figure out how to make sure those that make over X amount of money per year per household can afford it, and how to maximize the amount of money coming out of them. Because I will tell you this, what they are doing with Lightning Lane is what you do with people that have expendable income. And not just a little bit, a reasonable amount. And on top of it, people that only go once every 3 years, not people that want to go and experience the parks on a relatively regular basis. Because you can't financially justify going twice a year for 6 days and still adding on the Lightning Lane every single day. You can't justify it. If it was part of the ticket price, and I think this is the issue, that with annual pass holders, it would then be part of the ticket price. And they would have paid for it and they'd be okay. They'd have the ability to use it. Debbie, good night. Love you. Have a great evening. But if you look at the people that make it there once every 5 years, and I have no math, no backing, no data. But people that are making it there every 5 years, because they're not in that focal top 20%, if you will. If you bear with me for this conversation. If you're only going for 4 days every 5 years, and you know that you're saving up for it, you budget that in. You say, we're only going to be there, I'm going to pay for it. If you're the family that books their vacation 10 weeks out and looks to see what I'm doing online and realizes that there's a discount and I can stay at the boardwalk for $450 a night and don't care, because the last time I stayed somewhere when we went to New York or Nashville or wherever, we paid $350 a night. So, okay, it's Disney. I'm going to pay $100 more. It's the same thought process. It's I'm only going this time. Whether you go every year or every 3 years, if you're in that bracket, or whether you're going every 4 to 5 years. One thing that's been really interesting in the last couple of years is that people think that Disney is dumb. They're not. They're looking at data and they're realizing what they're doing is the best way to maximize their profits. And if you look at them maximizing their profits, look at the fact that Disney Parks is leading the way because they've completely botched Disney Plus. They've ruined Star Wars and the MCU. And we're not even gonna get in to any of the cultural and political notes associated with those two. We're going to look at the fact that 100% we're all oversaturated. We're oversaturated with Star Wars and Marvel, and I thought it'd be great, but it's not because they're putting out inferior product. But they've botched that. They've botched Disney Film recently. They've botched Hulu. They've botched ESPN, which how the hell do you botch a sports organization? Like, what the hell? Everyone watches some semblance of, not everyone. There's a significant amount of this country that watch ESPN. How do you botch it? How do you botch ESPN? I have no clue. None. Until you start looking at the cultural ramifications of what they have been pushing. Disney discovered a short-term solution to their long-term problem. Their brand is getting tarnished and extremely difficult to reclaim. Yes. Yes, wholeheartedly. We're not oversaturated. There's not good shows. If they were good, yeah, you're right. Snoodle, I would watch all of them. I would. You're exactly right. But not everyone would. But people loved going to Star Wars every 3 years. They don't like seeing 15 different Star Wars things come out every 2 years. Hopefully Epic Universe new land thingy will put pressure on Disney to do better. SPD, that'd be great. It's not going to, but that'd be great. Unless Universal can somehow significantly pull. Sunudo, back me up on this, because what's the tipping point? 30% of the revenue away from Disney to Universal. They might do something, but I highly doubt it. Highly doubt that's going to happen. I mean, it's a good thought. That'd be awesome. But we're not there yet. Nothing's on ESPN anymore. Actually, hockey's getting there. But no one cares. No one cares. You're putting people in a position to talk about a sport that aren't there because they played the sport, or know anything about the sport. No, it is to check a box that you have X, Y, Z, whatever number of people commenting on this. It is bananas to me that they will attempt to make it so that there are X amount of women commenting on this and then highlight Pat McAfee is what they feel is the future of college football on ESPN. It just goes to show that you're disingenuous on putting people in there to check a box because you have to kowtow to certain people. I'm not saying everyone, just hear me out on this. But Pat McAfee is still your go-to. And I love Pat McAfee, don't get me wrong. When the director wears a shirt saying they like the tiers of the majority of your fan base, there's no reason to wonder. Yeah, it's 100%. 30% market share. Is that true, Tina? Like, take McAfee. It's true. I get it. I like Pat McAfee. There's a lot of people that love it, though. So, and the parks do still look packed all the time. But I digress because it is it's all super interesting to me that the parks are packed all the time. Somewhere, somehow, Disney has to decide that focusing on the customer is not acceptable, and it's now an adversarial relationship for them. It's a shame. It's not that they're not focusing on the customer. It's the fact that they're focusing on a small segment of the customer group and attempting to placate. It's just what it comes down to. Cut the number of annual passes and see the parks empty. It's possible. I don't know, Sanudo. Not 100% sure. But it's crazy. It's crazy. Apparently, the rant did not hit well with people because a quarter of you left. But appreciate y'all sticking around. It's super interesting. Oops. Seems local APs are getting the best deal, but there aren't enough of them to stay in the parks. Yeah, pretty much. Mackenzie, what's going on? It's there. Go, Mackenzie, welcome in. Go back. I don't know. 10 minutes. Rod, I attempt to be accurate. I do. The thing is this all needs discussed. It 100% needs discussed. They don't. There's. This is it. Disney forgot the core family got them where they are. Why are they turning their back on them? I don't know. That's the question. Why are you turning your back on the core American family? And that means something different now than it did 40 years ago. But look, the average family wants to go. It is still, in a lot of people's eyes, a rite of passage to go to Disney. At some point, it's our Disney family vacation. And that's great. And I hope everyone can go. I don't think it should be something that you have to plan for 3 to 4 years because it's not financially viable. It's never been cheap. Never. But there's always been ways to make it financially viable for people to go yearly, every other year, every 18 months. It's beyond that now. I mean, honestly, we have a Disney family vacation planned for the summer. The only reason that we were able to do it is because of the discounts that they put out in March for summer, which frankly, they have never done, ever. No, I'm sorry, not March. It's not even March yet. In November, December, January for summer, they've never done that before. It was always, okay, we have everything booked. Here's what we have booked. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to put out for the next 3 months, 90 days, 75 days, something along those lines, right? That is what the discounts were. And they were attempting to fill rooms that weren't filled because of the people that have planned ahead of time 6 months out. And then you have those that only plan their vacations 10 to 14 weeks out. That's what they were trying to hit. Now you're looking, they had discounts out in January through October. That should tell you something. This, even with DVC, the cost of a trip is high for us. Tickets and food are outrageous. Yep. Tickets are insane. Disney wants the family to only come once every 3 to 5 years and spend a king's ransom to do it every 8. So, Murph, I'm with you, except for the fact that they don't want it every 3 to 5 years. They want it every 2 years. They look at it and say, well, if you get here, we're gonna bleed another $1,000 out of you. And that's the shit part, to be honest. It's not upfront like it used to be, because it was never cheap. I've said that a lot, and it's never been cheap. But at least you paid what you paid, and you got there, and all you paid for was food at that point. But now it's you pay what you pay, and then you get there, and then you get on the app, and you realize that you want to use Lightning Lane that day, so you pay another $120 for a family of 4. And you're like, oh, well, it's not that bad. It's only another $120, except for the fact that it's literally another $120, and they still sell out of it. So people feel that they're there, and they made the investment to get there, so now they're going to overextend themselves to pay for the extra $120 for 4 days. Once you get there, they make you pay the extra. It's the same BS as checking into a hotel, and then you get there, and it's not $97 a night. It's $138 a night because there's a $25 parking charge and a $25 resort charge. It's unfortunate that this is the way that it's going. Tell me what I'm going to pay. I don't care if it's more. Most people don't. People that care won't go. And even more so, if you're so scared that your product doesn't warrant it, that you have to get there and then try to charge someone an additional $35 a person to use Lightning Lane at a park that doesn't deserve $35 for Lightning Lane? $12 was fine. I was okay with it. I was kind of okay with it. I wasn't great with it, but I was okay with it. $35! $140 a day for a family of 4. Are you kidding me? Disney, someone address this. I don't think they were. They might have been. Hi, Winston. I wasn't yelling at you. I'm sorry. Yes, I love you. You're my buddy. You're my buddy. Yes, you are. Yes. This. Mackenzie, allegedly, there's $20 billion being spent in the next 10 years, but will we see it? Who knows? They never do that. It's kind of bait and switchy. No, there's no heart attack. We're fine. Heart's good. Heart's good. No one believes me. No one believes me. Heart's good. Yeah, I mean, Emily, it's 100%. Yeah, you're right. You're 100% right. Of course, it's they're gonna. no matter what, like every business, and I get it. I understand what they're doing. They are trying to find what's the bubble? What's the spot that no one's going to push back? Where is it? I'm sorry. What's the spot that people are going to start to push back? Where is it? The issue is no one is pushing back. People are paying for it. Or they're smart, like me and you and all the people that love this park and love the fact that we can go to this park. And we put ass loads of time into it and stress ourselves out and figure out how to get around it. Figure out the best way to not pay it every day that we're there. But the issue is that we're the exception, not the rule. The rule is that people get there and they say, oh, I can go to the front of the line for another $140. Cool. I mean, this is right. I don't even know if 90%. The issue is that they don't necessarily care about selling out. They care about making more gross profit. Same thing that like you don't have to increase sales. You have to increase profit. That's all that matters. So if you can reduce the amount of people in the parks or keep the amount of people in the parks at X level and increase profit, that's all they care about. Yeah, Mackenzie, this is kind of to the point that I was just saying. Like the they don't care that they're at 80%. The fact that they're at 80% means that they cannot employ what would need to be employed at 95%. So they're reducing the number of people that need to be there when it comes to employees, but they're increasing the gross profit of what they're increasing the amount spent per person is what it comes down to. And they're trying to grow that profit slightly. Look, they've already invested in Genie Plus. Every time someone spends $140 for a family of 4, that's just in their pocket. Granted, don't get me wrong, there's upkeep and yada, 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 and all that stuff, but the profit on that has to be significant if you really want to get into the business portion of it. It's crazy. Seen the stock prices, stockholders are not happy. Yeah, I'm with you, Tina. I get it. Thing is, the parks are propping everything else up, so they're gonna ride it until it falls, until it fails. Two quotes, the same thing. Spend all the money, half the rides are down at one point, and upkeep is failing too. Breakdowns all over. Yep. I mean, that was kind of always the thing. The thing is before you didn't care because you didn't pay extra for it. Now you do. If you have a lightning lane for something and it breaks down, you're like, I wanted to go on that ride. I had the lightning lane for that ride. This is true. This is true. It's crazy. All right. So we're not going to end on a negative note at all. Let's end on a positive note. So I benched 275 on Friday. Before my surgery, I was at 300. So we're almost there. It's 5, right? September, October, November, December, January. Yeah, it's 5 months post open heart. And I'm benching 275. We'll take it. We will freaking take it. Feel good. And to be honest, how many times have I told people who come to me, who report to me, say, look, if you have a problem, that's cool. If you have a solution, bring it as well, because that's the more important part. So what's the solution to this? at some point the economy is going to turn. And Disney will not be happy when it comes to the parks, because you will have a downturn in attendance. And at that point, that's what we need. And it's unfortunate. But yeah. Bench a small college offensive lineman, says G. Wilson. Yes. Second 5K in the week. Let's go. Love that. Yeah, we'll see if a fifth gate's coming. It's being rumored at the moment. Variable pricing. Winter months much more expensive than summer months. Summer months much more affordable. Yeah, hurricane pricing is what it comes down to. They already kind of do that, Justin, but like they don't do it near as much as it used to. There's no slow time anymore. There's just not. So good times. All right. Hey, it's 8:20. We're gonna wrap this up. That was the official Disney rant. And we got more. Look, I'll be back next Sunday. We're gonna do this Sundays from here on out, unless I'm not home. But we're gonna do this Sundays from here on out. And trying to rock through a few things here. So March will begin some stuff. That's the plan. That's the plan. That's the plan. Appreciate y'all being here. Thank you. Thanks to the patrons. Appreciate you all. If you want to head over to Patreon, you can check it out there. Kenneth, Nicole, Jeanette, Karen, Mr. J. Sanudo, Jill W., Mandy V, and our good friend Debbie Bernfeld. Appreciate you all. Thank you for being here. It's over there. Links down below. But other than that, we'll be back Sunday. Catch us Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll probably have a topic, and we'll probably go longer than an hour, and we will definitely, for sure, do memes. So love you all. Go on over, check out this and that. If you haven't, I'm sure you have. But if you haven't, that's where it is. We'll talk to you soon. Love you. Thank you for being here. We'll see you soon. Bye.